Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
What do you think about that wrench right there?
It's a really good wrench. You should stay there for a while. Oh.
Hang on, let me go back in.
There was nothing here.
Oh.
No choice to make, no path to
I'm gonna
follow.
stay in here for a while,
Just an
because now he's
empty broom
talking.
closet. No reason
It's actually
to
kind of
still be
comfortable. I
here.
can imagine like being like really stressed at work and being like, okay, I'm gonna sit in here for a second. I have no legs.
Yeah, bring like a freaking like
It was
bottle of water.
baffling that Stanley
snack.
was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing
That
anything.
shitty ass.
At least if there was
broom.
something to interact with, he'd be justified.
It's just a
in saying,
broom
"Well, as
texture."
it is." He's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
It's like a. What is that? Roll of like.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or
keeps
anything
going
in here,
on.
right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have
Take a
thought
break.
to
Get
mention.
some water. We're gonna enjoy witty dialogue while we listen.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this,
It's gonna be a
with
wallpaper
friends,
on the
you'll say,
computer.
"Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet
is my
ending
voice.
was my
Ow!
favorite."
I love the
I
broom
hope your
closet
friends find
ending.
this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Nothing else?
Now remove the corpse.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on
You're the one
board.
playing now. Yeah, you're the one playing.
You can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
What are you gonna do first? What's your first course of
Go in the
action?
broom closet.
You too? Unbelievable.
Let me close the door.
I'm at the mercy of an entire
Yeah.
species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I think that's it, I think. I got a broom closet ending, yeah. It's my favorite.
Alright.
Can
I just say, by the way, there's a meta commentary going on
it
here.
Had never occurred to him. This
I like a lot.
question would not go unanswered for long.
Because
Yeah.
you're just being told the story and it fucking sucks because it's like... There's nothing of substance here, and the narrator is like so proud of it, but whatever.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Teabagging that bitch.
Yeah.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
It's like us watching Danny play any game. Incredible. Now he's just fucking
That's me.
running into the fire. How does he think of
Surely
this?
this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I don't think Danny would. I think Danny. I mean, Danny might get stuck in Wizard 101, but that's like it. Let's take a look.
There's a lot of fucking questionable ass things.
Actually, no, it's not look. Yeah,
You gotta look. You gotta confirm what's in there.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
No.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Oh,
Give him a minute.
what is this?
You gotta give him a minute. That's some heavy shit to process, man.
It's a low
Okay,
poly
I'm
coffee
ready.
cup.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Fucking Mario Kart ass music.
Yeah.
Like you just got 7th place
Mario
in Mario
Circuit.
Kart Double Dash.
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turned, of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's
skipping the
obvious, but
dialogue
you
in
have
the
to
game,
understand
all
that
the dialogue.
30 seconds ago, this
I'm
kind of
doing
thing
that on
would
purpose to
have
see if he has like
been
something to say like,
attempted
oh, you cut me off
I
or
had
something
no
like that, you
frame
know?
of reference
No.
to even anticipate it.
I just wanna see if,
That's
like,
just how
anything like that
revelatory
happens.
Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
No one never know what he said.
Wanna go up again?
No, I gotta check the corridor first. Then go in the elevator.
Nah. No. Come with them Serum strats.
You know what?
What? We're going fast.
I've just thought of something.
Hey.
Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
That's fine.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley,
No,
it
it's more
seems like
relaxing.
nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
Going faster.
Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
Wait,
so
what?
that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
This is like that one game where where you have like puzzles and you like move things around based on the distance. Can't go down at all. Okay.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
That's me. Look at Stanley's face. Huh. Ooh. It's not in here. Oh. Must be the-
Desmond.
Looks kind of close to him, yeah. His face is more squarish.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
No, hang on, can I go over here?
No.
What if I go back? Nothing important. Okay. It's quite nice the way it's modeled.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Yeah, go get him, Tank. Yeah.
That's Danny.
The only thing Danny would ever attend.
I would love to just read that one, but I don't care about going back down. Here we go. Hey, welcome to Blue the Hedgehog 2020.
WWE entrance.
What's up, bitches? Am I having like a stroke? What's going on?
Then the nukes went off and killed everyone.
Might be like a case. Let's see. That's it? What a stupid ending.
All of it?
Oh, whoa. Oh, hey. Oh, no.
Bye.
I don't like going in the darkness. This is very unsettling, I'm not gonna lie.
Hello,
Oh,
and thank
Jesus.
you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Why is it lit up like
Later,
this?
the
I feel like I'm gonna find it's a
Stanley Parable
Freddy's...
was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah, it was fun.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable
It was supposed to come out like
Ultra
many
Deluxe,
years
a
earlier.
reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Uh,
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Oh.
I'm very excited to
That's
see the
it?
thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
He's back.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet,
This is like
but
this
I'm
like
sure
Counter-Strike
it's
source
just the beginning
textures,
of a
like,
mesmerizing
I'm pretty sure this is
adventure.
cover you can shoot through in CSS, or like this texture you just actually like indicate like you can shoot. It's like thin.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally.
Oh, it's
at
laggy.
long last, it's on to the new
like the WWE
content.
game, it lags a bit.
Never been more ready. Let's do it.
It's loading.
Can't wait for it to crash.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Those are the worst jumps ever.
White person jump.
White person jump straight from the lips of Asuna. And a bunny hop, not even working.
Mine.
Fuzzy texture. Is there a button? That's a rope.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Right.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Why is he so
Yes.
critical?
I knew there had to be something
He's,
else.
he's being,
Let's see
being a
it.
Steam reviewer.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Catwalk.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stan? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always.
You know, I was honestly thinking
What
about.
do you say, friend?
I was thinking about this when I was in the shower, like how many games I've played where I'm like, oh, the remaster is out, and I don't give a shit about it because it's like slightly different, and there's just like new. Why is everything different? I'm literally in the middle of talking about how I play remasters like that, and it's like everything's just different when you play it. Like all things you love are just gone.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want
Like
to
a
show
mouse.
you something.
Oh, you're sus.
I'll be happy being sus with. I don't think the narrator would ever be malicious towards me. What does he want to show me? That's really weird. What is going on? I'm so like scared right now. I'm out of my
think
element.
he's
I've
gonna-
played Stanley Parable for like years and years and like hours and hours, but now I'm like, okay, this is new. I don't like this. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. I'm not comfortable.
What if he pulls you into an emergency meeting and he rejects you because you've been little sus? Stanley was not the imposter.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley
Oh my
Parable
god,
used
this is
to
what I'm
be.
talking about.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just
Batman
our
game.
little secret. Take a look.
Very gray.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
He's a brain now.
Chat world.
Experiences like the launch
Yeah,
of the
honestly, I was
Stanley
gonna choose, like,
Parable
is this
on
from VR?
PC.
Or like Steam VR Home or something. This house really looks like Steam VR Home.
The music too helps.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
An actual reward.
Oh, the wait.
Is that a BAFTA award? Wait, that's not. That's for The Last of Us. That's.
No, they see Stanley is necessarily a parable. Don't worry about it.
Why are they ragging on The Last of Us?
Probably
Oh,
because the sequel is shit.
that's the first one though.
Yeah,
Last-
but
I remember when Stanley used to look like that. It's weird. Weird days. When Stanley was a little bit more rustic. I barely remember it, but I do remember being different. Alpha test. I don't remember being an alpha. There was not alpha for the game. I don't remember that. There's the demo. There's any team in the demo you can get, and I got it, and I just stopped playing the demo. I just stopped playing before I took my teammate away, because I could take your teammate away. Still working on this one. Never got that one. Nominees.
can't believe it was on the New York Times. That's crazy.
A small creature owns the other half. New York Times, damn. Here's the ending we got
Oh,
earlier.
Los Angeles Times too. Holy shit! Whoa, they got all the newspapers.
Aw. I hope this is a joke and not actually a dead animal.
Oh,
This is a VR chat world we're in.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning
Oh,
triumph
really?
of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art.
No one shared it on Twitter, no one shared it on
Stanley
Facebook,
Parable
no one shared it
strives,
on
and
Reddit, no one shared it on
succeeds to be
Google+.
every game ever created."
No one shared it on
Did you hear that,
Pinterest.
Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created.
Oh my God.
It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
It's every
It's
game.
no games at all.
fucking Skyrim.
It isn't even the
Persona
Stanley
3.
Parable
Why Persona
anymore.
3?
It's just a husk.
Not even Persona 3
nothing.
FPS.
A lifeless
Not even
husk.
Not even
Persona
Persona 4, like
Hour
that
of
Persona
new
5, Persona
elevator
3, like
content.
yeah.
Not even Persona 3 portable. Persona 3, the original PS2 copy that came out in Japan with the weird, unfinished, different music.
What if he said Final Fantasy 3?
That would've been really
No one would
fun.
know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, which one is it? Oh no.
Minecraft ending.
Oh, you've seen that one, okay.
I've seen that one back then, yeah. I saw most of the endings in the original game. I forgot most of them. There's the behind the scenes ending, mind control facility, Portal ending. I forgot about that one. That one was funny. You saw like the first puzzle in
I think
Portal.
the Minecraft and Portal one are the same ending.
I do believe so too. What's going on down here? Oh, it's a maintenance area. Knowing your city. Just... generic ads, I guess. Okay, I wish I could go down there. Stanley and the woman models. Oh, actually, development behind the scenes screenshots. Cool. The Hammer editor. Normal art. One out of a car, I guess. Doors changing colors eventually. Various buttons from the original release. So much shit to keep track of.
Literally anything.
Literally.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one
What if
that
these are
offers
actually
some of the
real? They
most
probably are.
enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier with the SV Cheats room. Like, if you put in the cheat, if you type in SV Cheats 1, you're stuck in there for the rest of your life.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Oh my god, there's many people who talk actually like this.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
It's a little red. Whoa, we're in like a Half-Life level now.
No. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Not
Surely
the
these
Steam
reviews were
reviews.
glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly,
Oh my god, a
I
random
did not expect
person.
to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny,
2018.
with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny. I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the
that
game is
is.
already such a densely layered web
We
of
should probably be paying attention.
profound
We should probably be paying
philosophical
attention to this one,
insights
dude,
that I
if it's
can't
gonna
even
affect you this
imagine where
badly.
I'd have the room to stick them.
Unfunny.
Starting to rain. Yeah, he popped off for that. It's gonna get muddy and things are gonna start slipping and sliding here. It doesn't look like the ground is made of very dense material.
The material of ground.
Yeah, muddy ground. Ooh, thunder, nice. I'll just go through here, I guess, where maintenance is held. Oh boy, he's gonna pay more attention to the native view.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to
terse.
feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
That's a Danny.
I
I
wish
wish
there
there
was
was
a
a
skip
skip
button.
button.
On repeat
skip
playthrough,
Well,
that'd be
yes.
nice.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
That'll work.
Only
Oh.
positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Whoa!
And it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Yeah, let me skip some dialogue whenever I'm playing the game again. What else
There's a
is it?
skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant
I'll wait
droning
until it gets
starts
boring
to
and I'll hit
bore
it.
you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of the elimination
It's like the
was
voices in my
effective,
head.
the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what...
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the written of their screen, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps.
Go harass
To be
Cookie 9
honest,
in the
I don't
comment
even know
section
what can
below.
change
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what
go
he's
find him, blow his shit up.
That's what they're basically saying. Not really, but like that's what the narrator is saying.
Perhaps that would have been the
I wanna
smart
look up
thing to
Cookie
check on
9
before
on
I went
Steam
about
and
this
see
whole
what the
exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this,
If you actually do find a
exciting
Steam account like
technology
Cookie 9 with
work,
a negative
surely
review for Stanley
whoever
Parable, let
it
me
is
know.
runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. No, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular
Fuck, I don't
review
know what their
so that it
profile
reads
was.
as something more
Cookie 9.
beneficial. Something
No, I
along
meant
the
the
lines
picture,
of, this game
'cause
is
there's
the
multiple
best
Cookie
game.
9s.
Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of
Don't
the
care.
history of...
We need to hurry up.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount
been
of
like almost
time
a
the
whole
button
day.
has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Yeah, it's been like almost
That last one was, well,
20 hours.
I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not
Oh.
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip
the
button
door is
has been
gone.
aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yes.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door.
Bust the pipes
Stanley.
open,
There's
man.
no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep
no
pressing
door,
it,
man.
I have
Can't make
no
it. Can't
idea
make it.
what will
No door.
happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't
There's a few
ignore the
Cookie
negative
Nines
feedback.
that like have
Why was it so
reviewed
important
the
for me to
like
fix
the deluxe
problem?
version, and
Why
they
did
keep
Cookie Nine's
reviewing
opinion
the
matter
same
so
thing.
much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on
Trying to
every
find the
tiny
original
negative
game
thing that
review.
anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. Oh, Stanley.
Oh.
You're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcome.
Make this a desktop
not the story.
wallpaper.
None of that
On that
matters
desktop
anymore.
wallpaper, live
I'll
wallpaper
give it all
thing.
up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means... Oh, hello.
It's
It's
like
you.
compromising
You're
together.
here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place?
Nothing. Nothing new. Guess hit the button again. Can't exactly reach over that.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant
Oh.
to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertainer. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their
I
pitiful...
don't want to hear this.
Oh,
Oh, he's dead again. The
the
fire
tree's
alarm.
dead too.
Clock's on the floor.
The end is never the end, 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 is...
It's been like a couple millennia by now. At this point, the human race would be gone. Oh. Gravity has pulled the earth pulled it down so long the building is falling apart. Can I escape now?
It's probably just weathering.
Yeah, no, I can't escape. The developers need to fix the skip button so I can actually skip.
No, it's near.
It's kind of nice. Let's see where this goes. Look at the light reflecting off of the grass into the walls, making it greenish. Isn't that pleasant?
Yeah.
Increase the green. Oh no! Oh no! A boulder must have fallen on us and just reset everything. Hang on. Maybe an asteroid hit Earth. Now everything's dead. What a shame. I want to see the plants like grow out everywhere. There's something going on up there. Like it sounds like screaming and stuff. I'm just gonna see what happens next.
Whoa. Look out the window.
This is a VR chat ass world.
Well, the skip button's broken.
Maybe it isn't. Let's see. Yeah, that shit's broken.
Yeah, they finally made it an open world game, yeah.
Is there something behind that's running around this thing? Hang on. I must be imagining things.
Slunk.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Sure. Cute. Little reference to what I just did.
More new content.
Let's
Oh,
go.
good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Very.
It's
I like
new
I
content.
want this entire Unite. Not even joking. I want that for my room. Bye.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh,
The
making a sequel. This is great.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
I mean-
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged
As long as it doesn't take a
sequel.
fucking
An
million years
entirely
again.
new experience, built from the ground
Literally
up.
9
Why
years.
are there so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. Yeah.
Okay, go in there. So it's
Calling
like
it the
white,
Stanley
it's
Parable
gray and red
2
now.
is
It's
just
more like an
so
actual
much
apartment.
catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you
Actual,
think?
like,
Ultra
office building.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable
So if it's like
2,
old arcade
now
re-releases,
that's an
like
artistic statement
Tekken 6 Blood and
right
Rebellion
there.
or like
It's
Street Fighter
future-oriented.
Turbo or
It screams progress and
Persona 4
innovation
Arena Ultimate.
and long-term franchising
now
potential.
this might be the actual dev offices, by the way.
Old plus new hotness.
Ooh, red section of the chart. I feel like I'm in like a primetime television drama show. E. Doesn't do anything to actually hit E. What the fuck is this? This is a picture of a planner.
Plant.
Not gonna lie,
The
actually.
Last of Us font.
Yeah, actually. I actually like the third and fifth logos. I think they're fun.
I like the Last of Us one.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've
Who
been
took the red
developing
marker?
for it.
Me!
I figure
Yo,
that
look
if
at
I
the
can
little
loosely
man on the right.
organize a handful of interesting concepts, that
He
surely
died.
the game will sort of naturally spring
Now
up
he lives
around
on.
them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
That's how art works. I just kind of like let myself like vibe, kind of. Just let it kind of go as
New
it does.
features, new content.
Yeah, making a logic.
You have the new content bus.
Would you get on it?
Yes,
Where would it take you?
the new content. Maybe Breath of the Wild 2 would be out. It would take me to that.
Use a
room.
skip button. That's where Anuma,
Yeah.
Anuma is. He's in the skip button room.
Oh god, he's in the room. He has to skip a few more times so the game can be out. He's too
Actually,
scared of skipping again. Maybe the roof caved in. He's like, oh no, I don't want to skip anymore. I'm scared.
I think that'd be kind of cool. I wonder if make any of this real.
Two. Reassurance bucket.
I'll go that one last. Let's look over here, and then we'll go into the main show floor. I love conventions, so this is like really exciting for me. That's literally the Source Engine development texture, because I can see the 2 by like 128 by 128, and it's just red instead of orange.
The baby. Yeah.
Let's go!
The baby. What? The button says the name of the player is playing the game. Oh shit.
For the Stanley Parable 2,
I want to see the other rooms more than this one. I just want to come in here real quick.
what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized
Yeah, say my
and
name.
validated as people. So with that in
My
mind,
name's like the ultimate
my first
test. If,
addition
like,
to the
if-
game is this
like, if
button,
it's actually
which
real,
speaks the name of
say
the
my name.
person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have
Wrong.
clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim
My
to
name's
really
Jim now.
simulate the full
Jim.
experience of this feature.
So, Jim, how you
Just
doing?
play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I
From that
want
9
you
to 5, I'm
imagine
Jim.
yourself
I'm
living
home with my
as
wife,
Jim,
Kathy. I'm just
sleeping
gonna
and
go ahead and hit
waking
the
as
button.
Jim.
Jim.
Whoa,
Whoa,
hold
my
on.
name!
I haven't finished setting up the backstory.
Hold
if
on,
you don't
Jim.
properly
Fuck.
roleplay as
Yeah.
Jim, then you'll never
sorry.
understand the
I'm sorry.
impact of this
Sorry, Jim.
button.
I'll try again.
Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button describes
Doesn't
you.
work.
Do it again, do it again.
No, do it again. Do it again. For Jim.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Not as powerful as Bren, but still pretty good, I guess.
Burn. Burn.
Bren and Jim.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Name validation test. I want to go to the reassurance bucket.
You got it.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless
Awesome,
despair
there's
in
nothing
those
here.
who played it. Well,
The
I'm
bucket.
happy to say that after much consideration,
Where's the
I've
bucket?
engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket.
Oh,
Can you feel
my
it?
first weapon.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of
It only took
crushing
him 5 years to pick it
despair,
up.
must already be
One of these
soothing
things, how
to
have I
your
waited?
body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
It's like an actual feature.
It was the best feature. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm actually gonna
Does
hold
anyone
it.
give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
It is tinny and hollow sounding, a real bucket.
Free achievement. Infinite hole.
Epilogue, huh? Where's the semicolon? 9. Where? Oh, the semicolon is very close to me. How long is this bucket gonna be my vision? By the way, I don't need the bucket this long.
No,
Ah.
you need the bucket.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative
see
is that there
anything.
will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You
What the
simply
fuck?
collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What the fuck is this? Reminds me of one of my favorite artists. Germa!
You collected one Germa. Yeah.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Yeah, that shit sucks. Why would you ever want a reward for collecting something like?
This actually works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing
No
a technology
shit.
to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Oh,
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
Damn
I'm
it.
not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans.
You know what? I have a
all
feeling the
over
game's gonna become the
world
Stanley
who
Parable
have
2
been
after a while.
uproariously
Like, oh,
demanding this feature.
It's right now it's Ultra Deluxe, but then it's gonna be like, oh,
we
Stanley Parable
hear
2,
you,
you unlocked it.
and I
Personally, like
promise
that
it
will
will
happen. Damn it. Oh well.
and
Red Pipe of Destiny. It's kind of like something you could stand inside. Whatever.
oh, well, at least that wasn't as bad as like getting a reward for collecting.
What
shit.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Terrifying. Look how big that Stanley is, by the way.
Germa.
Germa.
Jumps.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oh,
That's disappointing.
go to the infinite hole.
I want to say that one for last because I don't want to like accidentally fall in my darkness.
But you went into the darkness to collect the Germa.
This Q. Q is free achievement. 3. This map is so confusing. 3 is office decorations. B2 is the Stanley Insurance Bucket. Z is the merch. Semicolon is the epilogue. Okay, I gotta make sure I don't do the epilogue by accident. Where's the exit? E is the exit, but the epilogue. How the fuck? Whatever. How can the epilogue and exit be in different places? That makes no sense. Makes no sense. Let's check here.
What's the arrow pointing at? Oh, the achievement thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
Wait! What? Oh, what?
Which one do we do? Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday?
Oh, step knees. Okay, so maybe it's like I want to get well someday because it seems kind of dismissive.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all
That's
along.
true.
Happy 12th birthday, Stepney.
Happy birthday, Danny! Yeah.
I knew that we'd do that to get the Danny ending. I definitely letting all fucky there for a
I'm
sec.
having a hard time. Leave it alone. Fine. Yeah, we get the balloons now.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made...
See what I like to
my
do when I
decision,
can't
we're
figure
moving
out
on.
aesthetics? Put it on shuffle. Yeah. Put it better on random.
Meow.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
I actually know how they're doing
Since
this.
you've gotten to see the infinite
Yeah,
hole,
pretty
you can
easy.
press the teleport button
You can,
to pop back up to the
You're
top,
not moving, it's
and we
just the
can
texture's
continue
moving.
onward.
Yeah, because if I was moving, you'd see the whole.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to
Wait,
go
I am
back to the
moving.
top. Maybe do it on the
They're just making it
sooner
smaller
rather than
very
later
slowly.
spectrum of things.
I might actually be falling. Also, it's getting small.
Yeah, they could just close up the hole.
Okay, Stanley.
I
I don't
like
know
that.
quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the
Oh.
infinite nature of
Oh.
the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is.
Can I
It's
teleport
an
back?
extremely deep
No,
hole.
you gotta commit.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite?
It's fine, we have the
That
bucket.
sort of
We'll be
depends
fine.
on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found
See?
the bottom of the hole. You found me
Yeah,
out,
we-
Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this
No, it
on
needs to be
me.
deeper.
Maybe you're the problem.
No.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we
Yeah, you're
just
a
put
bitch.
all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be
no,
up
man,
here when you're ready.
I don't like what this guy's selling.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of... Oh, for heaven...
Oh shit.
Yeah!
I was right. The problem is you. The
Fuck
problem
you,
is that
bitch.
you like holes too much.
Those are great.
I was gonna teleport back and forth as a joke, but I actually can't teleport this
No,
time.
you can't.
It goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all,
You
but
gotta
not
commit
you. Oh,
to the
no,
hole.
no. You have a weird sort of...
Huh?
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
That was-
I couldn't help but feel
was
like
so
you spent a little
disappointing.
less time in there than you did before.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join
That is
me
ruined
up
pause
above.
buttons for me. Fuck, I should
And
have read
now,
that one.
I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back
Yeah,
in
the
the hole.
hole.
If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt. How is this still appealing to
I mean,
you?
that was kind of fun.
I know you're obsessed with holes,
that was
but at
very
this depth, I just can't.
It was kind of
see
nice.
the
I was like,
scratch
oh,
of the
I'm being
itch.
tactical. I'm gonna like
Oh,
jump down here and get my
who
gun
are
ready.
to judge?
I'm gonna go
You
prone, go
just do
stealth.
whatever it is
Literally,
you're
yes,
here to
but
do,
this
and
is
hit
a-
the teleport
can't even
button when
jump
you're
in this
ready to
game.
move on. Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
I couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have
Yeah,
asked
whole
for.
time,
It's
yeah.
a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful...
He's actually leaving me.
It's good he was a buzzkill anyway. He was an asshole. A little dirty though. I don't like how dirty it is. You.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, we're going in the hole again, yeah. 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 Cinematic mode?
Whoa.
Now this is pod racing. Splatoon? Wait, no, 5 from Skyward Sword. Money, when it's Why'd you change it?
Jesus Christ, the puppy scared the shit out of me.
Keep that one. Yeah, the puppy. Oh, they got rid of the puppies. Aw. Change yourself. Change yourself.
What the fuck?
Wait.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
Oh! Oh!
Wait.
What the fuck?
Stanley?
Go back to the puppies.
Stanley!
Oh,
Oh, good, you're
Oh.
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed
fuck.
off
I want to go
there,
back to the
drifting
puppies.
away into dreamland. But we can't.
I wanted to do too.
Because this hole
Oh,
is
I
just so
told you, the
darn
hole is the best,
fascinating
man.
That, I want
That
you
was
to be
scary.
wondering forever.
That was the best day
You don't
ever.
want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of
Fuck
things,
you, man.
you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Doodle beep.
Aww. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Aww.
Oh. We gotta go back to the hole.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I wonder. Let's go. Hang on. Let's go in the bucket room with the bucket in our hand. Just curious. Maybe he'll comment on it. It doesn't seem like it. Okay.
Maybe put the bucket back? Oh no.
I want to keep the bucket though.
Oh. The bucket does have a hole, so that's nice, but...
You gotta hit him with that fat. I want to play as upside down Stanley. That's sup, guys. In the Source Engine game, just.
I want to see what other ones there were.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes. Yes, this is
feel like
much
my life's about to
better.
change
I feel
forever.
good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Jules!
This isn't a coherent video game.
Epilogue
is,
gags.
It's more like
And I
an-
do very much
it's more like
enjoy
a-
Co-op
creating
holes.
gags, but they don't add up to
It
anything.
looks like a Russian
I
word.
wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to
Jules?
love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly... I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Wait, is this like legit? Oh. Well, I called it. I was right. This background's cool. I like it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Oh my
in a
god, the
big
balloons
building.
are actually there.
Employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Oh,
He
bucket.
sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would
shit.
never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or
No one
even
has
say
shown up for the birthday
hi.
party.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Perfect one for me to actually
Shocked,
find.
Frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
No bucket. What's happening?
Well, you just did a completely different ending.
I'm hitting all these buttons. Oh wait, the buttons. Okay, they do go back off after a while. I don't. Yeah, fuck this. I don't care about that ending. That's all that was. All that time. New
All the
bucket.
buttons.
All of his co-workers were gone.
There better
What
be
could
a
it
hole.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
Can't go back anymore now.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
You did it.
The new content door is gone. What a shame.
Oh.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You think we should go on the door on the left or not?
I don't know, man. It's
Let's-
too hard.
I wanna go to the warehouse.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
Bucket.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his
didn't even
left
let
to
him
go
sit
back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Wait, like, just put like 1 foot on it. Like, make it do it and then back up. Yeah, juke it. Yeah, fake it out.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down, since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay.
Wait, what?
You've got a bucket. Did you
Yeah,
know
the
that
bucket.
buckets are
I should
routinely
clip out of the
used
game.
as cushioning devices? It's true. You can fall on a
You
bucket
could?
from literally any height
Wait.
and survive.
Yo, really? Fuckers.
I'm serious, Stanley. Jump. Jump with the bucket. I promise you'll live. I extra double promise that you can land on the
fucking
Hey, the
bucket.
Stanleys
and
are
not
actually
die.
here. How sad he is.
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
German.
no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You
Fine.
can't buy
Good.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can actually land on one of these without dying.
No, it's fine. You got the bucket. The bucket, like, lets you survive any fall.
Whoops. Looks like I
Oh.
was wrong. How clumsy of me.
You lied.
You're lying!
Oh, fuck.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yeah. Why?
I want to keep grabbing the bucket and then restarting the game. If he fucking freaks out or anything.
The confusion and the
Fuck him.
blue skipping
How
the
long
dialogue
was I
on the
sitting
dialogue
there?
game.
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? The confusion and the chaos
Okay, so these are gonna be
all
dialogue
seemed
eventually.
to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
Persona
to him.
3.
telling
Still
him
thinking about how
that
they chose Persona
employee
3.
lounge was simply the
Not
place to
any
be.
of the more popular games
And
or
here
Persona
it
3
was. Had
FES.
the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this
Skyrim
better
and
than
Persona
the meeting
3.
room?
What's
Well,
the
yes,
bucket have to
Stanley
say
thought to
about the
himself.
room?
Yes,
It's the
perhaps it
bucket.
truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Oh, that's it? Okay, well, bucket was wrong again this time, but only this time.
Truly, being here with the bucket
never
was a
mind.
grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Yeah. Bucket. It's not as good as the hole, though, but...
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place. a
Oh, we have to
bucket
try the
can even
broom
feel at
closet with the
home.
bucket next
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Not as much as the broom closet, though.
No,
Said the bucket.
No!
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yeah.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now
Good.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
No, get on that platform.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, he didn't. Wanna go this way?
2B1. 2B before they made
2B win.
win.
2B in Smash and Fortnite win.
2B
No,
in
stop.
most things win.
Look
2B
there on the
your
wall.
local
You
mall
see,
win.
There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about
Guess
your
it's my
behavior
ending.
up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios,
Uh.
and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is
Why
a
is the
bucket.
reflection wrong?
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything
Shit,
we'll ever
is
need to
a
know about what
I don't know.
is
A bucket
or
is
not
shit.
a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Ikaze!
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Fuck.
It has one handle. It's made out of ceramic, plastic,
Yeah,
or
but the
cement?
handle's standing up and ours isn't.
Yeah,
So
no.
like, yeah, it's not a bucket, no.
Correct. It is
Yeah.
a hologram of a bucket.
Called it.
Not an actual
Wrong material.
bucket.
What if none of these are a bucket? He's trying to trick us.
Item 2.
Easy
Is
no.
this
Easy no.
a bucket?
Easy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an
Easy
actual bucket.
money.
Yeah.
Item 3.
Ooh.
Is this a bucket?
Oh, fuck, I don't know about this one.
I really don't know. I don't know either. I'm just gonna go no. I need a chance.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Fuck.
Oh.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes! Yes! At the bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a
What?
gimmick.
How on
I
earth
knew I
did
should
you manage
listen
to
to
screw
you.
it up?
It's all your fault, not
Absolutely
mine at all.
No,
incredible.
what are you talking
Let's
about?
just
That's a
move on to
bucket.
the next
He's
one.
lying to you.
Oh, I mean, I've known you for longer, so I guess you're being
This is a
truthful.
scam. This is a scam.
Is this a bucket?
That's a bucket. Yeah, definitely a bucket.
Correct.
See, I told you.
Kinda
I
tricked me.
told you. Yeah. See, it was all. Yeah.
This is yes.
Item 6.
That's a bucket.
Is
right?
this a bucket?
Maybe one of those French buckets, but I'm not sure.
That counts as a bucket, right?
I mean, if the French made it, is that really a bucket?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm going for it.
Okay.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Oof, that was close. See, because there was a French bucket. You're right. Yeah, so it's technically a bucket,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Wait, hold on. I
not.
can't find
It's on a
the
technical
next one.
scale. It's kind of how like
around here
you know,
somewhere.
like that the Nintendo Switch sports game could be considered a fighting because that's like a little fighting mini game, but it's not really a fighting. The answer is yes.
That's a bucket.
All
A
right.
bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And
Yes,
I don't
there is.
appreciate
The room is technically a
implication that
bucket.
nothing is a bucket.
Yeah,
And we both
there's
clearly know that
there's
a
an
bucket
entrance,
is something.
the hole.
And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
A bucket
Answer me
is
straight,
nothing
Stanley.
and also
Do you
everything.
believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
Nothing is true.
Yet
Everything
now
is a
I'm
bucket.
somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
He doesn't let me pick.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our
I can't pick
relationship
either.
apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm going to erase all buckets from the game.
No!
Okay, here we go.
No, he can't.
We might have lost our bucket.
I swear to
What
God.
happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait,
Yeah,
was
because
everything
everything's a
a bucket?
bucket. I told
every
you.
single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yes.
Oh my God,
You
I had
listen.
no idea.
You
How could-
fool.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset
Yes.
everything and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Yeah,
okay?
buckets.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go. Oh, Stanley, can you feel
Well,
it?
he just went fuck off.
The broom
That's all he
closet. It wants
said.
the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
It
I
doesn't.
can really feel it now. It's a
did
bucket.
only-
It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in.
Yeah,
Don't
don't.
hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion
Yeah,
and lifelong
bucket.
friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons. But
It's like
even this
Danny
is
trying to
worse
figure out
than
where
I
the
had
confetti
imagined.
came from.
And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
Yeah,
Really
fuck
tell
you.
the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the
fuck you.
wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal
sort of all
entries
together.
detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they
We
have
sleep
changed
upside
and
down
evolved
together.
over the years.
Yeah.
Let him have
We
it.
Team Germa together.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, broom closet. You'll never separate us.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
But I like the broom
Here we
closet.
go.
No, I don't.
Oh!
There.
Yeah!
No more debate, no more discussion. Take our
Fine.
hike, broom closet, with
Yeah,
all
fuck
your
you,
meandering
broom.
philosophical diatribes
Oh, he's not gonna
about the
close the doors
nature of
behind you.
cleaning
This is showing you the
supplies
doors
and
open.
their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. Coming to a
fuck you,
staircase,
broom
Stanley
closet.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What was that sound? Like a sparkle came out of this door, but must be imagining things.
I'm happy with our bucket.
Should we get him or no?
Yeah, we. It's
Another
another
miniature
adventure.
Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What
Gerbil.
about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
That's a horrible
Another
word spelt, but I like the word.
Stanlerine
How it
under
sounds
your
out loud.
belt.
Sounds like a animal. That's a Stanley.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept his own life in someone
You're Stanley
else's
now?
control. Never!
What?
He squeezed the
Stanley.
bucket tighter.
No.
His one friend
the
in the
bucket.
entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I want to be a bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Or a bucket.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this.
Bitch!
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door.
What if they have
The
kids?
bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
The bucket's still here, thank goodness.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Bucket.
Thank goodness. Bucket is safe.
Everything is bucket, but
Stanley
not our
clutched the
bucket.
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I juked the store out.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the
Just
bucket
ignore his orders
calling
for
to
a
him,
while and see
telling
what
him
happens.
that the employee lounge was simply the place
Bucket,
to be.
I got a bucket.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
We never went on the lift fully with the bucket. I don't remember what that ending is.
No,
Said the bucket.
No!
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why
Actually,
or how
didn't
this
we-
bucket was speaking to him.
Isn't
It
it
should
like-
have alarmed
oh,
him,
no.
of course, because buckets
I
can't
forgot
talk.
when
But
we
Stanley
dropped
chose
down to
not
the
to
thing,
think about
it
this
ended.
obvious fact.
Yeah.
He was firmly convinced
So I
that the
remember
bucket
if he
had
jumped down,
spoken
I
to
thought it
him,
was like-
and he unthinkingly did
And
whatever
normally,
the
like,
bucket
you
asked.
argue, like, through the door. It's like, oh, is this the door you want to go through? And I'm like, well, I'm going to do that with the bucket. But I'm like, oh. Can't.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Like how this bucket still has the sticker. Oh,
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will
No,
take
unplug
us
the
back
phone.
home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking.
You were impersonating the bucket.
Obviously,
This
the
is the real
bucket
bucket.
isn't talking
Yeah.
to you and telling you
Yeah.
to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Yes, they
Don't you
can.
get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking
No, it's not
bucket.
funny.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously.
Yeah,
Why
bucket
did I
doesn't
mess
sound
up
like
the
that.
joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Not this fucking movie
How can
again.
it be used to effectively
It's a different movie, but
silence
I
your
fucking hate this
political
ending.
enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then
Laugh.
spell out your name a
Laugh.
second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the
It's the kind
joke
of jokes I
has
make.
concluded,
I
it
randomly
is
send people into
customary
DMs
to
whenever I'm
inform your
bored.
listener that
I
the
find a
joke is
random
over by
ass piece
declaring
of
in
media
your
to relate
loudest
to it.
possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny.
I'm
the
Dunny
funny.
with the funny.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good.
Dunny.
This saying is a perfect
I like this
example of
man.
expectations management, which
I
is
like
the
that-
cornerstone
I like
of
that
good
quote,
comedy.
though.
Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how
Data.
wet they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the 2 doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
He better say I'm done with the funny.
Why would he say that?
Because that's part of the comedic timing. You're gonna be done with the funny. You don't have to spell your name. You have to spell narrator twice.
I can feel
Narrator.
it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a
Everybody clap your
hilarious
pants.
Concept. The king
Everybody
of
clap
comedy.
your buckets.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need
Patrick
to
Like
Star.
the third one. The bucket smoke. Not a bucket voice, but it was a funny voice.
bucket spoke.
A bucket smoke.
Oh my god, bucket!
Oh my god, bucket!
Fucking no!
Bucket!
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set
Wait, you
of
didn't
2
say your
open
name.
doors, they entered the door.
You
on
give my
the
respect
left.
then.
Yeah. He fucked it up. He didn't do it at all. He
What?
failed.
We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to.
You didn't
And
do
it's
it
all
correct.
my fault. I must have
Yeah.
forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an
Oh, you didn't
egregious
state your
mistake.
name.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket
He
came
didn't
to a
say his
set of
name.
2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
He didn't even change the timing. He failed. He failed. Again. He's not doing anything different.
What?
This guy's stupid.
We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
This motherfucker never learns.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When
Was that the same
Stanley
as
and the
last
bucket
time?
came to a set of 2
It
open
was the same
doors,
voice clip, but
they
it's
entered
quicker
the
each
door on
time.
the left.
Oh, well, if he keeps getting quicker, then yeah. Yes.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
You just quicker.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came
have
to
more
a
to
set
say,
of
I'm
2
pretty
open
sure.
doors, they entered the door on the left.
Do it again, just
Alright,
make sure.
he cut off at like what's going on, like with the W,
Yeah.
like what's.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay, so it's not any faster at this point.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the
Fine.
door on the left.
You still suck.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
Sure,
I'm going to be
fine,
ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud
yeah,
of
it's
yourself for
coming
putting
from
me
you.
down, Stanley? Are you
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are.
He's not holding the bucket though.
Still not...
Yeah, it's not the real
Is
Mike
it the
Stanley.
delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Baby.
Let's go!
The
You see,
baby.
your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
The broom
It's
closet
this
doesn't
bucket
care.
you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel
Yeah, it's
content.
better.
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom
doors,
Closet.
the
Because
ending,
that's what fans want from a
you
sequel.
cheated
They
room.
want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
How
Yes, I
dare
know
you?
I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could
No.
make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
This guy sucks. Bucket's better than the freaking Adventure Line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I mean, yeah, it did. The first game. Only map and map 2.
It's not as good as the bucket.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's
This
do
is
it
a
for the fans, Stanley.
Source Engine
Let's give
map.
them more content exactly like this. But
This
if we
is
want to
just
do
the
that,
Sonic
you're
fan
going to
ending.
have to give something up.
Just
No.
end. Real Sonic fan endings, they just don't end. They fucking don't ever finish.
This real Sonic fan endings, like every game is the exact same. We just want 2D Sonic, nothing else.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to
absolutely
introduce
not.
a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a
No.
wonderful new addition to the rich
have
lore
to
of the
describe
Stanley
this.
Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
Well,
buckets
let's
is
just,
all it knows.
watch.
That is its singular personality trait.
Oh, I
Sure,
thought it was
can
fleshed
hear you
out.
saying, how does
Yeah.
a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of
There's something more
beloved
important
Stanley
than the
Parable
character
characters?
information.
No.
Well, you
the
see,
only
if you were to
fucking
really
bucket man.
explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush
Thank you.
buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What
No.
other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom
The
closet?
bucket.
Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
None. It's a
Okay, the
horrible
Bucket
character.
Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get
No.
back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now,
No.
the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
Fuck
the
the
fans
fans.
what they want. Hurry and...
That was the worst one. That was the worst one.
Bad ending.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation.
Good
You had so
ending.
much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
It's no
For the
friend of
moment
mine.
in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Magnificently shit. Horrible.
Is it your least favorite character?
Yes.
And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What if the real bucket was the buckets we made along the way?
Or something
This
to the
is
right
the
at the very
story
end.
of a woman named Mariella.
A white corridor with the bucket inside.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Did she
She
have her
arose,
bucket?
got
Yeah!
dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the
Her
sidewalk.
bucket doesn't have a sticker
Right
though.
away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
I like to imagine, like, rather than doing like multiple backflips, you know, like over and over again, she just did one backflip and kept spinning in the air all the way to work. Huh? What?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is
buckets.
correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
What about clipping outside the map with a bucket? Actually, we can't do that. Wait, yeah, we can.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Good bucket, strong bucket.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed,
and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
Jesus.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata
What the
first ensnared me in his machinations to stay back for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured
Secrets.
vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder.
It sounds like you're doing all your voices.
Stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Oh.
My God, Stanley, you did it.
No.
You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
Never mind, this is the
Otherwise,
worst
we would
ending.
have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this
Bucket has been
bucket,
destroyed.
nor the dark magic
Lost to
cast
time
away
forever.
inside of it. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket.
Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing
You
the
mean,
number 3
man-
again.
The bucket said nothing.
Because remember, the one clock had B instead of 3. Man,
Bang, 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 bang.
3 is Ben.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3
Slam
over
that shit.
and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
Yeah, 3. It's like boobies and butts.
But it's only the S. Only the S at
What?
the very. It's only the S at the very end of the number.
What? What do you mean?
You know, people spell out boobies with like 800, 81.
Yeah, and then 5.
Oh wait, people used 5 at your school or wherever. People at my school used 3 to do the S because people were fucking dumb.
No, for me it was always like people would do like 8008135 for
Well then.
boobies. At least I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're probably right. Excuse me.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Let me try again then. The bucket must understand.
No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Oh no. Have we exhausted it? No.
No way. No fucking way do we exhaust it. The only thing to load has to be something new, please.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference
The same
where he
fucking
would speak
ending.
to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what
There's
the
a
number
person
3
over
meant to
there!
him and why he felt so alive.
There was
when
somebody
pressing.
down there!
Then the bucket would
missed
be
it.
able to see his joy
Fun.
through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react
Ah,
to
stop
this
recording this and just go
discovery
back to
of
footage and look at it
Stanley's.
again.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
It was doing like next to a truck.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life. This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one. There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent.
Eat.
And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Damn, that shit got way too real. Like, extremely real. I don't like that ending. Scary real. Where the fuck am I?
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
The fuck?
Very
This is like
lucky
the
indeed.
Spark Notes version of the intro?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Which way you want to go this time?
We haven't done like the mind control thing where it's like instead of destroying it, we like keep it.
So sad.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and
Oh.
I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Sticker.
That
Bucker.
way, if you're ever
Sticker
unsure
bucket.
whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I wanna like now part of me wants to do the bucket debate thing again. Or like the
Stepping
fucking
into his manager's office, Stanley was
going back
once
to
again
the gotta get more
stunned to
stickers.
discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket
Numbers.
both
A bunch
wondered
of
to
numbers on the
themselves.
clipboard.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in
Fortnite
shock.
players.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the control.
It was the bucket the whole
Stanley
time!
gasped.
Everybody clap
in
your hands!
horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the
didn't clap
machine
your
and claim
fucking
the power
hands.
for itself?
Yeah,
How
because
could the
I
bucket
believe in the
have betrayed him
bucket.
like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh.
Birds. Silly,
Birds!
silly birds. The control button
Bird
became
Earth.
active again.
Silly birds.
Which one do you want? Left or right?
I don't know, like the one on the right's a more appealing shape, but the one on the left's like bird. Oh man. What's on the
Stanley
right?
flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control
See?
facility at all.
Bucket.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Yeah, silly birds.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
What is this bird doing?
Had the bucket known this
Glop.
all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had
See,
pointed him towards this
bucket,
incredible
yeah.
discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the
This
best.
is like Hotline Miami
And
music.
Stanley was happy.
Silly birds.
That's the truth. The game is all about silly
Th-
birds the
See,
whole time.
I told you. That's why I didn't clap my hands. I knew the bucket was right. I knew it.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's see if there's more bucket stickers. Also, is the game lagging for you? Or is that just the stream?
Might be just be the stream.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
Oh, there's no
simply
more
because
left.
I have no remaining stickers.
What?
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
What about a hat?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
Yeah.
to the
An
boss's
excessively
office.
amount of fucking just
They
decorations.
should have put like glitter on it and like a
Stepping
little
into
like
the manager's
like,
office,
I don't know, like a
Stanley was
hat.
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket
Oh, yeah, I guess we
guiding
could
him?
do the escape path.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm struggling to remember other ones.
I want to do the one where we got the bucket again. I want to figure out how we get back there and do it again because
You mean like, what is a bucket?
yeah. Oh, no. The bucket one where we got like the bucket, like when we first got this bucket, like the whole like
Oh.
Stanley Parable 2 thing. I want to
Stanley
see
and
how
the
to
bucket
react
walked
me having a
straight
bucket
ahead to
already.
the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No, the bucket will protect. Bucket's always had our best
The
interest
door
at heart,
behind
didn't
them
it?
was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
You notice Stanley has only been the
At
only
this
one
point,
to kill the
Stanley and the
bucket.
bucket were knowingly
Yeah.
walking forward
The
into a
bucket
very
never harmed
painful
Stanley.
death for each of them.
Bucket has never been malicious. Whee!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned
No.
out to be. To
Just
be
tried to do
sure,
this like
it puts the
10
mind and the
times.
soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
Kick the bucket.
Farewell, Stanley.
Fuck you, bucket will save us. See? Yeah.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal
This is the
jaws.
Asuna version, where
In
British
a
Asuna
single
goes to save the day.
visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed
British.
violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Bucket.
It's a bucket.
Welcome to this grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through the use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and rich and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here? Will you take what you learn here out with you into the real world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit, or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
The
Can you
hubris!
see that the bucket
Yep.
is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Definitely. 25 buckets. That's way more than 25
No.
buckets.
A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of euphoria from the exposure to this many buckets at once.
Holy fuck.
25 buckets, that's it. This used to be a lot different. A bucket with 2 handles.
Oh fuck!
The
Yo,
bucket's good
Leonardo
having
da
2
Vinci.
handles. So this design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it.
Oh god.
Don't go to Toys R Us, kids. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerful, alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions have died, and yet in spite of it all, no symbol record remains. No one can control a bucket.
I really wonder if this was inspired from like the oversimplified video where it's like the War of the Bucket or whatever.
Stress bucket. Presented without commentary. It's just overly.
Coping strategic holes.
It's overly written. War of the buckets. Never heard of it.
Oh.
Cave drawing.
Cave bucket!
While we know buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing it to be used, having judged humanity be worthy of its treasures. This is literally just Pikmin.
Yo, the deer are using the bucket.
Pikmin.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Hey, look at your friend.
The hole! Oh. Got the bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
Now pick up the phone.
said the bucket.
Need water after that. She got scary.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Bucket.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
There's a bucket, yeah.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Line!
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him
Absolutely
delusional
not.
like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different.
You can transfer
location.
solids
That's it.
too!
The
It
liquid
doesn't
of my
do
soul!
Anything else.
Yeah, don't listen. Yeah.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
You're s-
Fun little
Yeah.
stickers here.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this
Look,
bucket.
little funny little
this
hat.
Old,
The bucket is the
empty
hat.
Bucket. This sort of
Yeah.
shiny bucket.
Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
See?
Yes, I
Yeah,
suppose on
bucket.
closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to
bucket
deal with the
romance.
bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me.
No.
Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No.
I need
No.
it. Give
No.
it to me now. Give it or up.
Oh no. Oh, collectible.
Mmm.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded
I
for the
really
most
wish we could do the
trivial
whole again.
achievements, you've insisted that
Yeah.
a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Something feels different.
There's no balloons.
Yeah, you're right. There's no balloons.
I think this
Whoa,
is still
what
one of
the
the normal.
fuck?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to
scared
put
me. I was like,
pause on things. It's those figurines.
That scared the shit out of me.
I haven't stopped
figures.
thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
I hate this
Didn't it
picture.
fill
No.
you to the brim with inner richness?
The only thing
Yes,
that fills
I
me to
know
the
we're
brim is the
supposed to be
bucket.
telling a story, but
Or
won't you
chocolate.
please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Can we revisit the hole?
And we're playing VR chat again. Good idea for a VR chat where one that changes each time you get in for a different subject. But it's like the same basic layout.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
You have 7.
Awesome.
Now we just need 9, then 8, and then 5.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had
Might
no
let it fall
faith in you
off.
to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
Let's answer
Can
it
you
correctly, because I
remember?
want to see what happens. Wait, no, this is the correct answer, right? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Because I went downstairs, I went upstairs and grabbed the other one.
No. The boss's bathroom was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the boss's bathroom feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
I mean, it technically was the 3rd one we got, so,
The third one we got was
Let's
under
see.
the stairs.
What came next? Oh yes, we found a figure.
No, because we didn't get that
Oh,
that
well,
one
I can't actually say I
like, in
remember
the
being in
cargo
this room,
room until like
but it's
fourth.
here in the memory zone,
Yeah.
so it must have
Fifth.
happened.
I don't remember this area at all.
Me either.
Are we up to 10 already? Losing track of the
We've
numbers.
collected 4 of them.
Losing track of the numbers.
The numbers, what do they mean?
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
My God. What's that over there?
The fucking effects. It's nothing.
Poorly artifact arrow.
Gameplay.
Yeah. Clip art.
Best boy, takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Real YouTuber moment. Guys, I spent a lot of time working on this video, guys. So if you could just like the video, guys, I would really appreciate it, guys.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Video is 10 minutes of completely unedited
And then,
vlogging.
Stanley, then we came to the
Here we
last
go!
collectible, the final figurine, right
Oh,
here by
there's
the
a
red and blue door.
Grocery store.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because
this is
it
videos
was
like
the
that.
one that happened more
Nothing
recently
happening.
than all the others.
Yeah.
You truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
What are you talking about, man?
And then
We're in the
there
present.
was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
no, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Jesus here in the
Let's just
past.
Go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember
You're
this.
13.
I must say, of all the
favorite number.
figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
goodness gracious.
He's becoming a Ubisoft fan. I want more pointless collectibles, yeah. Litter my entire
And here's
screen
where I
with
made
them.
that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I remember the video we watched.
You-
Yeah, they're watching.
Yes, I love that video.
It was funny. Funny video.
Should have made a new one to commemorate the new occasion. You found
Yeah.
it again, behind the boss's office.
The pink apple.
Still
I
don't remember the
don't
pink
remember
room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
It is quite pretty. If only my teeth weren't glued together for this entire segment. Maybe I could talk
Yeah,
more
so-
normally.
Here, those are here.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it
Wait,
really
do you
would
think
have
that
neutered
room is
the
wrong because we
intrinsic
didn't answer
joy of
correctly
collecting
with,
them.
like, the
I'm very
behind the
glad
stairs
we
thing?
resisted the temptation.
Possibly.
Next
I
one.
don't know. Can we go in the other? Let me see if we go in the other place.
Because we never
We
saw
can fuck up the
behind
order. Let's do that. Let's fuck up the order.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, we can't do that. Oh shit, you fucked up.
That's unfortunate. I do wonder though if I want a little different room if you go down the stairs. If only my teeth weren't glued together. Maybe I could talk a little more better
This
that
was
way.
our second Figley. Don't you remember?
No, I don't
Yes,
remember.
I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Okay, Dr. Maruki. Or not Dr. Maruki, but you get
This is
what I
it.
mean.
The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
Oh, I want more
The hole was
memories,
better.
Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Just
The
a
hole.
normal game. Yeah, the hole. Let's go to the hole again. What? Oh, it's not the. It's a
Oh.
shattered memory. Seems like I only remember this area.
Stanley sucks. He forgot the most important part.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating
Yeah,
it
no
back then.
hole.
But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare
put a
say
rosy
I'm
filter.
actually quite fond of it
Kind
now.
of shit, but yeah, it is.
Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Oh no, he's becoming a Sonic fan again.
Oh god,
Oh,
not again.
more 2D, more classic Sonic.
The two doors.
Oh, I remember this,
Who could
right?
have forgotten that? Classic memory, this one.
Classic, like Sonic 2 and Sonic 1.
3 and Knuckles, and Sonic 3 and Sonic 3
And
without
before
Knuckles.
everything else, there was your office.
And before that, I was buying and installing the
Is there
game.
anything else? Was there something that came before?
Well, there's the
your office?
introduction.
There's something I feel
What is
I
this
can
bit?
remember. I can
What am I
remember.
doing?
I can remember.
I don't know, what are you doing?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Oh.
He would make the decisions. He would
All this
decide
weird
which way
lore.
to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
It's like how
And
when he
Stanley
lost
really
it.
did make for a
in that one
wonderful
ending.
companion, even if he was a fiction. But I
A
suppose it's
fiction.
grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time.
Jesus.
I'll take
Really is
care
one-
of
he
myself.
really is looking towards the
I don't
past.
need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back
hole?
just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
There's still the one in the mind control room we haven't done.
Still no one was here.
Reboot the
Stanley
game
needed the
entirely.
bucket-
I'm very curious about this. This is gonna be crazy. Maybe we'll have Stanley Parable 3 by then.
I kind of missed the WWB.
Always play more of that too.
Yeah, you're probably too tired for that at this point.
I'm good. Oh, and wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. That's really cute.
Oh.
That's nice. Let's see what happens now. I'm very curious if there's like if we get a different route now.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building.
I'm gonna skip it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Stanley
decided to go to the meeting room.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
Now
memo.
this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. Coming to a staircase,
Do you want to do
Stanley
the mind
and the
control
bucket
thing?
walked upstairs to the boss's
'Cause I don't know what
office.
else to do aside from like rebooting the game again.
The mind control one gave us the bird ending, remember?
No, this is a
Stepping into
different
his
thing.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
This one like
Crushed
involves
by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding
it says to
Yes. This is
unlock the
certainly
elevator
most
to the mind
logical
control facility, go to the room with hundreds of monitors, get up on the terminal, and then jump.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could actually clip up on one of those things and get yourself out of the map.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being possible in the
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
I remember that being the thing in the original game.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Right here.
Okay, it says, unlock the elevator to the mind control facility, ride the lift down. Now instead of leaving the elevator, ride the elevator back up and... Wait, no, that's hang on. I was reading the wrong
The
one.
lights rose on an
Go to the room with
enormous
the hundreds of
packed with
monitors, get up on the
television
terminal
I'm
and drop
following.
down.
What horrible
Oh, yep.
secret. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now,
Yeah, bucket
what to
saved.
do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down
Fucking
here.
Gmod couch. Oh my god.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
Great, Stanley's getting
All
depressed.
Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path.
This is horrible.
It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh. Shh. Don't cry. Lightly reminded of Dearly Beloved from Kingdom Hearts when I hear that. Here we go. One more bucket. Wow. What a brutal ending. And that's a very big difference. I remember. I think in the past the ending just stops after a little while.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No bucket. The bucket's actually gone now.
No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
One more ending. One more actual ending I want to do.
Perhaps
I'm
he
actually
wanted to
quitting
stop
like
by the
art,
employee
cold
lounge
turkey.
first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh. Very accurate. I checked the time. Oh.
Whoa. Friendship slider.
You ready? Watch this. Yay.
Yay, friendship. Oh, man.
Oh. That's not a number. That's a happy face.
Yeah, it is. Missed it. Mine.
Put it right here.
Okay.
Actually, no, let's make it all the way. Maximum slider. Okuboinkle or Scrumtush?
I like Scrumtush.
Okuboinkle. Scrumtush.
Unfortunately, it's similar. Like a boinkish or whatever just sounds like baby talk.
Don't adjust.
Baby.
Scrumtush. What? What time is it anyway? Yes or no? This is a Danny response. Yes. Danny, what time is it? Yeah.
No, Danny, but what was it? Yeah.
Wow, that was unsettling. I feel like I should restart the game already. I feel kind of bad. Not gonna lie. That poor thing was like, oh, I'm sad. Like, I'm scared. Help me. I got some really... I was getting some vibes like it was scared. I didn't say it outright, but I'm just getting the vibes, you know? I feel bad for it.
The vibe. I don't think you've jumped off with the bucket.
I did it once, but I want to see if I just jump off immediately, how he reacts.
No,
said the bucket.
No, to the
The way he
meeting
says
room.
it is
Go
amazing.
somewhere else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his
Yeah, I remember
dearest
this.
friend.
Yeah.
So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How
Yeah.
deeply touching.
Hell yeah.
Lovely
Bucket
boy.
side.
Lovely ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time.
I still want to try getting the escape pod ending, but I
Stanley
fucked up
clutched
the
the
first
bucket
time. I'm
tightly
gonna try
to his
again. If I
chest
fuck up again, I'm
and
gonna
I
video
mean-
game
the
ending.
door on his left.
I mean, you have gotten the escape pod ending of the bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Are we going? What else are we gonna do tonight? If anything,
Probably WWE stuff. Or
just
Fortnite.
us two, or with others?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley...
Maybe by ourselves. I don't know. I mean, if other people are up, we can do it with
All
other
of his
people.
co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could
What
it
could it
mean?
mean?
What do you mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Don't take this as
Wow.
like harassment, but I'm just
This
wondering,
room,
are you in a
but eager to get back to
creative
business,
thing mood
Stanley
today
took
or
the
no?
first open door on
Not
his
really.
left.
Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You should try to get some other people on board
Stanley,
then.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know if that
Really,
like
I'm
if
not.
that also
I
includes
realize
like
that investing in your trust
editing
in someone
entrances
else
and
can
shit
be
or not,
difficult,
but if
the
it does,
fact
that's
is
fine.
that the
But
story has been about
Just-
nothing
yeah.
but you all
See
this
if I can
time.
stuff.
There's someone you've
Maybe
been neglecting,
Fortnite.
Stanley.
It's nighttime.
Someone you...
Maybe.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I wish he said something
Now
when he
listen
jumped
carefully,
off
this
with
is
the bucket
important.
like that.
Stanley walked
But
through
he
the
doesn't.
red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Oh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Red.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked
The
through
text
the
is red.
door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley.
The text in the subtitles
You
is
want to
red.
know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see?
Oh.
There's nothing here.
It's a
I
very
haven't even
big
finished
dev
building
room.
this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms,
Oh, shit.
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Oh, Minecraft.
Skill trees? Work
Skill
with me.
trees.
You've given me absolutely
Yeah,
nothing
orchard, which
so
tree?
far. Tell you what.
I want to
Let me
spin.
take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
No.
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. There's a leaderboard.
Yeah.
And there's more dev textures. Hey, I guess a Soul Calibur icon.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Doesn't give a
And now
shit.
would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play
We almost
testing.
forgot.
You
That's
wouldn't
why.
mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Stanley parable narrator and not giving a crap
In
about
this
Stanley.
game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button
Let's
to move him
go.
back to the right. And if he reaches the
Let's
fire,
go!
you
I almost
fail.
forgot to do it.
It's a very meaningful game. All
You
about
forgot
the
about the
desperation and
baby.
tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family
My
life.
screen's just a baby.
I think the art world
Yeah.
will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Let's go.
Okay, I need something entertaining by this, because this baby's dead.
There's a dope beat, man. Yeah, it's fire. Literally.
The baby is on fire. Let's die!
Let's burn.
Yeah, I heard that shit.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might
Why's the
improve the
baby so
experience
long?
for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
What
Just to ease
game?
the
What
pain.
game?
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work.
What game is it gonna
Let's give
be?
it a shot.
I hope it's my favorite game, Roblox.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
I don't own this game.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Isn't this Firewatch?
Yes,
Yeah.
that must be it. What a fascinating
Colorful,
venture
nice
into
it
the
looks.
experience of total mental
You're here in
depravity.
VR
So
chat.
far, I love everything
a lot better
about
here.
this game, Stanley. And it
Yeah,
even more.
as the
Come,
case with
let's venture
most
outward and see what else is
VR
out
chat
there.
rooms.
Also, this door,
Barring a very few.
this door just made the Minecraft door closing, opening noise.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! I don't have to buy Firewatch to play it now. Poggers, let's go.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that
Now I want this
thing,
game.
That big,
Looks like
open,
fun.
just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided
It sounds like icy.
Out of the woods now, Stanley.
I'll be well
I'm
get.
going to get us out.
Yeah.
Let's find another.
She does that
game.
cough thing, like,
Preferably
doesn't she?
something with walls.
Yeah.
Something with nice.
It seems
big,
like something she'd do,
insurmountable
like oh,
walls.
I'll be well get.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this will be just the thing.
Randomly getting mad about open world games, new IC status.
I can picture most things. What's wrong?
Wonderful. See, this
Rocket
is exactly
League.
what I had in mind.
Shouldn't I have a
Just
car?
a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
It even says
Stanley,
Rocket League over
if you
there.
manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally
I
impressed.
didn't know there were different. I thought it was only Minecraft and Portal that show.
Okay, so
Maybe
what
that's
exactly do we do
Ultra
here?
Deluxe
Let's
thing.
see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no race.
Time to
track.
slam a
Okay, I'm seeing that
spleebly.
there's a ball of some kind back here.
Splee
Is
blee.
this game
Splee bling,
sports
splee
ball?
bling.
Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
We shall run the bases and do a
The
touchdown
graphics are really weird if you
together.
look down at it. It's all like
Yes,
squares.
I think surely we must.
You are not meant to see this map at this
Stanley, here's
angle.
the ball. Have
No
fun.
fucking way. Oh, the actual Rocket League ball. Oh, I'm going really fast. Well, I'm going moderately fast. Let's score it, I guess. Oh my god. Which team are we on?
Are you doing it?
Yes.
Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going...
Oh,
Hold on.
whoa,
What
whoa!
are you doing?
There's a hole in the goalpost. Well, beta rooms? What the?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh, I'm in the source mod. How come it was a Half-Life 2 mod? What am I doing here? Oh, it's very run down now. I can just see both doors. There's a wall between where the doors used to be. Okay. I'm in Half-Life 2. Let's go. Computer monitors are still on, which is really interesting. I wonder if they say anything. It doesn't seem like it. It's Stanley's old room, which is full of Half-Life 2 props. There's a room next to his. What am I supposed to do? It's very dark. Let me go ahead and leave my room. Oh.
I
It's
wonder what he
darkness.
found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense
No, he
out
needs
of
a
the
bucket.
chaos and the fear and
That's
the
true, I do
confusion.
need the bucket.
That's who I am. That is what I
No.
mean to this world. Oh,
No,
yes.
it's the bucket is.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Bitch, you ain't
I can
Thanos.
wait.
You ain't inevitable. You aren't inevitable.
Are you divisible like Thanos? Mm.
Are you subtractable?
Mm.
Like Shanos?
Shanos? Shane OS.
Someone was following
Then
Stanley. He
have
was
you
sure of
installed?
it.
Have you
If he
installed the
flicked
new
over his
Shane
shoulder
OS?
now, he would surely catch them. It was
Shane
only a matter of time.
EXE.
It's bucket time.
Shane.exe has stopped.
What time is it? Am I allowed-
Almost 11.
Anyone really truly know? Oh boy, I'm getting existential questions. My TV's blaring. I wasn't ready for this.
Only Bucket knows.
This is getting kind of sad. I can check. Oh boy. Aw. Can I say no? You can find me, huh? Epilogue. What is this? New setting. Oh boy, what are we getting into? Epilogue. Just in real life, many years later, after the game initially came out.
20 years after the outbreak.
Oh. This dude has been walking around for like centuries in his fucking little ass office uniform from Half-Life.
Now we're just playing Uncharted 3.
Hang on, your microphone got muffled. Can you repeat that? Something about Uncharted 3?
I said, what if the camera just panned back, like panned out, and it was just you were Nathan Drake and you were playing Uncharted 3?
And then it just becomes commentary on Naughty Dog's games as they have declined in quality over the years, but also increased. Well, not declined, but just
Decline
commentary.
and increase at the same time.
Yes. No, it becomes a commentary on how Naughty Dog's like games have changed from being platformers to adventure games, and it's like out of order. So you start with Uncharted, but then you go to Crash or Jack and Daxter or whatever, and then you go from there to fucking. It's just a mess about a critique of Naughty Dog. It's like a really shitty critique, though. Just terrible, nonsensical.
A deep dive into Naughty Dog's anus.
Deep dive into Naughty Dog's game development history, but it makes no fucking sense, and it sucks. This is cool. I like this environment, even though there's nothing to see. I've always been a fan of deserts.
A flat ass desert.
Yep. Middle of nowhere. Clouds are nice. Oh, the memory zone.
It's a mirage. Maybe. The bottom of us was wavy.
I miss my bucket. Hang on, this thing over there. Could it be the bucket? In the escape pod? Please tell me the bucket's inside. Please tell me the bucket's inside. The bucket!
Bucket!
I'm so happy that the bucket's still here. I thought it would be like gone or dead. It's a very strange atmosphere that the narrator constantly bleeding in your ear. It's almost more adventurous and exciting. Could you imagine a game like this, like VR chat in 300 years, or it's like the VR chat worlds where there's like all like abandoned like this? That'd be a cool world to put in like a game or something.
Yeah, that would be. Like all the game worlds, but like they're just abandoned. Like near.
You know, it'd be cool. You know that one near world with all the flowers?
Yeah.
Like in the little cave. The flowers are all dead, but that 2B player who's always there is still fucking there. 69's blog, uncompressed gaming content. Sorry, I've been blogging so much. 7 Nights at Freddy's 3.
He found the bucket quite comforting. The bottom sentence.
An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about some say paper one?
Fuck you, Cookie 9. The hole is the best part.
So basically, it's the person that archives from. This is 2027. Oh, hang on. Oh. Cats and dogs got along and made cat dogs. Everyone's talking about Stanley Parable too. It's like time stopped after the game came out for Cookie 9. That's kind of scary. I'm a Stanley Parable fan. My favorite game is Stanley Parable. I only play a Stanley Parable. Sorry. Oh, we got another review over here.
Worm fans in a nutshell.
Wait, what?
Worm fans in a nutshell. Just all worm fans. Jim.
Why is there a worm named Jim or something?
Earthworm Jim.
Oh.
I don't know anything about it.
It's such a dumb joke.
Yeah, I never said it was a good
All
one.
these gyms.
All the gym.
The sword sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. More of that soda from the Rocket League Stadium. The real web. Are these like all supposed to be like abandoned ideas or whatever?
Jim.
The real Jim hours.
Jim.
Imagine being named Jimmy or Jim, and you just play this game for the first time in your life.
Jim. Stanley.
I like that one.
Interesting that he chose to make Stanley the second one. Maybe he really did care about us. Oh,
The Germa room.
more fig leaves. I'll take them all. Yes, thank you.
Nope.
A lot of Germas.
Germ Joe. Nope.
Oh. Oh! That's true. Gotta be able to like let your stuff go if it isn't interpreted incorrectly. See.
We gotta make a title.
I want to do circles for the second one. We gotta get to that circle, the endless hole again. Oh. Yeah, sure. Never did. Is this like the bucket god, the person I'm talking to, the Gima Thor or whatever?
Mm.
Did I actually get the achievement? No, not yet. Only 11:03. 11:03.
Oh, that's PM. Oh wait, it is PM. Never mind.
Yeah. Once it reaches 11:04, I'll hit confirm. Oh. What the? Okay.
Well then.
That was awesome. I love the part where it went.
This is
Just hit him with that this.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket.
It's bucket time.
Door's here.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Well, he's gonna freak out because I have the bucket now. He's gonna be like, look at the bucket, and then it's gonna be like, wait, why do you have 2 buckets?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You already saw YouTube explanations
this
as to
sounds
the epilogue.
delightful. I'm very excited to see
All
the
the fucking
thrilling new
theories
Ultra
about
Deluxe
what the
content.
car means and the computer and the person
Wait,
computer.
Stanley, I've just now realized that bucket you're holding. It's the bucket I've been
Oh.
working on for my
The narrator's
sequel.
fucking
How
dead.
did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all. Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game? Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable
Oh my
now.
God.
They are one and the same. There is
He's
no
soaked in this
Stanley
bucket.
Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
Okay.
No, the bucket wins. Oh man, no hole.
All of his co-workers
We gotta
were
do it
gone.
twice to see the actual
What could it
preview.
mean?
Let's see if it's still there.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't know why there's another door. I wonder if there's no way you can get through here another way, or maybe like I don't know. It's probably like the end of the ride. That's where you go, but I don't know. It just feels like there should be something else with the other track. Maybe it's like if you go on that elevator instead, you go somewhere else. Wonder if I can figure out how to get there eventually, or not. Who knows?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
You're late. We're already on the third one.
Yes, you see, isn't this
Journey
far
to
superior
Circus.
to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been
I don't
developing
care.
for it.
I just want to see the whole.
That if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game develop. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new
First, I want to see if we can change the balloons.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Next, I want to see what happens when you have the bucket. You go to see the bucket.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
And then finally, it's whole
I've made
time.
my decision. We're moving on. Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Oh, Jesus.
Stanley!
Oh, no!
Oh, God, I didn't lose you.
Oh, well.
Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
No. Never. Some crimes cannot be forgiven.
Where?
How dare you mock grief?
I am crying over the bucket.
Stanley, here's an idea
No,
that
there's
I'm
nothing to
truly
hold
fond
my
of.
tears.
It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Like the hole in my
Infinite
heart?
falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe
Oh, it's a
on the
sham.
Sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Did you hit the button?
No. It's trying to trick us again.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very
So you
deep
lied.
hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Ew. Again.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
It's a silly sound.
Did the hole seem even shorter
Wanna
to
do
you
the
this time? I couldn't help but feel like
Yeah,
you
that
spent a
too.
little less time
Definitely.
in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Feels kind of warm.
Yeah. But not as warm as it's gonna be.
My head's stronger. Now
What?
you're no longer using your space of mind. My head's stronger. You're no longer
Puppies!
using up this space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up this space of mine. Now you're
Wait, that's not the art. The art changes for this on each angle.
Fuck.
You're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting
Need more
away
time in the hole. Like, that
because this hole is just so
that should be a
darn
manual
fascinating
thing where it's
that I
like
want to
you
be
leave
wide
on your
awake
own
every
accord,
second.
not like the game
You don't want
forces
to
you.
miss a single moment. So how about if I just
More
pop
hole
in
levels.
from time to time
Yeah.
and wake you up?
Make
You're
the
really,
whole
truly
game.
focused on the hole.
Put a Steam
The
Workshop
whole-
mode in so you can download more holes.
You and I will have many, many years here in this
And you just
hole.
put holes in the
And I'm
map, and
looking
when you fall
forward
into
to
them,
all
that
of it.
happens every time.
Stare
Every
Mm.
single
I'll
time.
be back.
Yeah.
Toodle-pip.
That was worth it.
Sad ass German.
He's sad because he never got his bucket back. he brought like
Now,
3
here's
buckets
something
with him.
special. You remember that
He
broken
brought 2
test
and then they
achievement that
exploded.
got
And
left
he
in the
never.
game on accident?
He just quit the
Well,
game.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given
actually
to
got
you.
it.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Man's shooketh.
Man's is flabbergasted.
Man's is spontaneously combusting.
It's Buck.